to get a better understanding of when new moms experience this around the world, how they respond to it, I spoke with an American woman now living in Sweden, Kerstin Larson. She lives in Stockholm, where she is a designer, a wife, and she's a mother of a toddler. Kerstin, you are a new mom as of 2 years ago. Could you walk me through your experience with maternity leave in Sweden?
One major difference between maternity leave in Sweden and in America is that the government pays for the leave rather than the company. So the company actually doesn't, I think the stigma is a little bit different because the company's not paying for you to not be there. The government is. So the company's like, okay, you have your time off. When you get pregnant, you are required, it's mandatory that you take off at week 38. So you're already given this time that is kind of forced on you. It's a total of 96 weeks. And you split that, and that's at 80% pay.
Do you think culturally in the professional world it's different too?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so lucky that I have this opportunity to work in Sweden and not in America, because I was pregnant in Sweden, or I was pregnant in America, and I actually had a miscarriage. And even just the way I was treated once I was told I was pregnant was like, oh gosh, okay, well, she's going to be gone. We're here. I was like, oh, yay. Make sure you take off 2 weeks so that you can sit at home and put your feet up and eat bonbons is what I was actually told.
Financially, we always hear this argument to say, listen, that is just too expensive. People will take advantage of it. It's going to run businesses into the ground. Do you think that that holds? Is there a big financial deterrent there?
It isn't, because the companies actually I wouldn't say benefit, but they're not responsible for paying you. So the government pays you. So it's not on their shoulders. That's the biggest difference. I mean, we do pay high taxes. That is one of the Nordic models. But one of the other great things is we can take leave up until the child is 8. So I have all those days that I could go back to work and work 2 days a week and take 3 days off. Or I could just start working 4 days a week whenever I wanted to.
Let's say I have employed a mom or a dad.
Yeah.
And to know that for the next 8 years, they can sock away these days and use them whenever they want to, it might feel a little bit like, boy, is this a liability because it's unpredictable when I'm going to have them here, when I can count on them, when I can't. How is that overcome there?
We do have to give 2 months notice before we're allowed to take any leave. That's one big rule that they're strict on. And the one thing that's nice is because it is maternity and paternity, you always have people coming in and out of the door. So I know that there's somebody coming in for maternity leave in the next month that needs a place. So there are a lot of moving pieces all the time, but it's just culturally that's accepted.
Kerstin, how happy are you with your family in Sweden right now?
It almost feels rude at how lucky we are to have this. You know, my husband and I, we both juggle who leaves at 3:30 to go home and get the kid at 4. And to know that if I need to take off, I mean, the system's so amazing. If there's a sick day, if he's sick, I get to take a sick day. That doesn't come out of my maternity leave. It's a different allotted amount of days that I have. We're extremely lucky.
Did that strike you like it did me, how much she smiled when talking about this? You know, many parents here in the U.S., when it's like, oh, your child has a day off school tomorrow, they're not celebrating. They're thinking, what am I going to do?